The world of professional tennis is currently experiencing a massive shifting power, and the epicenter of this earthquake is the California desert. As prestigious BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells, often called the fifth Grand Slam, prepares to kick off. A shocking new statistic has left tournament directors and veteran analysts completely speechless, according to the latest global fan polls and social media sentiment analysis. A staggering 70% of tennis fans believe that the 20-year-old Filipina sensation Alexandra Eala will walk away as the 2026 champion. This isn't just a hopeful prediction from her home country. This is a worldwide movement that has seen her overtake legends like Iga and Aryna Sabalenka in the court of public opinion. Indian Wells has never seen anything like the air effect, and the pressure is now firmly on the shoulders of the world's elite to stop the rising queen of the Philippines. Why is 70% of the world betting on Alex Eala? The answer lies in her historic momentum. On this Saturday, February 28, 2026, Alex has officially cemented her place in the elite tier of the sport. Just 5 days ago on February 23 road, she shattered her previous records to reach a new career-high world ranking of number 31. This wasn't just a small jump. It was a 16-spot explosion fueled by her incredible run in Dubai, where she dismantled world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. That victory proved to the world that Alex Eala doesn't just compete with the top 10, she dominates them. Because of this new ranking, Alex has earned a historic first round bye at Indian Wells. While other players are battling through the early heat and exhaustion of the opening rounds, Alex is well-rested, strategically prepared, and carrying the psychological armor of a seated superstar. For the first time in history, a Filipino athlete is walking into tennis paradise, not as an underdog, but as a legitimate title contender. But the shock waves didn't stop at her ranking. Just yesterday, February 27th, Alex Eala made a high-profile stop at the Nike World Headquarters in Oregon that has changed the commercial landscape of the sport. Enshrined in the legendary Nike tunnel alongside portraits of Serena Williams and Rafael Nadal, Alex was given the superstar treatment, usually reserved for multi-time Grand Slam winners. Seeing her own face in the history in full bloom display has given Alex a level of confidence that is terrifying for her opponents. She isn't just playing for herself anymore. She's playing as the new global face of the world's biggest sports brand. With their reported $75 million deal and the full backing of the Nike Innovation Lab, the aura surrounding Alex at Indian Wells is that of a champion in waiting. As we stand on the brink of the main draw, the Pinot takeover of California is officially underway. Thousands of fans are flooding into the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, and ticket prices for Eala's sessions are skyrocketing. Even the defending champion Mara Andrea and world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka have reportedly taken notice of the massive crowd support Alex receives. When 70% of fans believe you are going to win, that energy becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The desert air is thick with anticipation, and as Alex Eala steps onto those purple courts, she won't just be swinging a racket. She will be carrying the weight of a nation's dreams and the momentum of a global revolution. The world is in shock. The bracket is set and the 70% are ready to see their prediction become reality. Their excitement surrounding Alexandra Eala's debut at Indian Wells has reached a fever pitch. But it isn't just because of the fan polls. On this Saturday, February 28, 2026, a major tactical update has shifted the entire landscape of the tournament. Thanks to her meteoric rise to world number 31, Alex Eala has officially entered the elite group of seated players at the BNP Paribas Open. This is a historic milestone for Philippine tennis. For the first time ever, a Filipina athlete has earned a first round bye in a WTA 1000 event. While 64 other players are grinding through the opening matches in brutal California sun, Alex is resting, recovering, and fine-tuning her strategy. This extra time is a priceless gift that allows her to fully acclimatize to the desert conditions, giving her a massive energy advantage before she potentially faces the giants of the tour in the later rounds. But let's talk about why 70% of the fans are so confident in her victory. It's because of the draw. Being seated at number 31 means Alex Eala is strategically placed in the bracket to avoid the world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and the defending champion Mara Andrea until the much later stages. However, the path to the trophy is still a minefield of talent. The entry list for 2026 is a who's who of tennis legends, including the reigning world number 2, Elena Rybakina, and the American powerhouse Coco Gauff. But there is one name that has everyone talking. Jessica Pegula, the world number 5 and recent Dubai champion, is on a collision course with Alex. But there's a catch. Just days ago, Eala was forced to withdraw from her home tournament in Texas due to a left knee injury. If Eala isn't at 100%, the door swings wide open for Eala to storm through the quarterfinals and beyond. The tactical preparation for this tournament has been the most intense of Alex's. The desert day at Indian Wells has always carried a certain electricity, a shimmering anticipation that something unforgettable is about to happen. Legends have risen here. Dynasties have been cemented here. Dreams have been broken here. But this year feels different. Because this year, the name echoing through the palm-lined pathways of the BNP Paribas Open isn't one many expected to dominate the conversation. Eala. And if the buzz around the grounds is anything to go by, the shockwaves are real. A stunning 70% of fans in recent polls believe the young Filipina star will lift the trophy. 70%. At a tournament often ruled by Grand Slam champions and top 10 titans. Indian Wells is in shock, and it's loving every second of it. The desert whispers her name. Walk around Stadium 1, and you'll hear it in conversations between fans clutching iced lemonades under the California sun. Have you seen Eala's backhand? She's fearless. She's different. Indian Wells isn't just any tournament. Often called the fifth Grand Slam. It's a proving ground. The slow hard courts test patience. The swirling winds test mental strength. The relentless rallies test endurance. But Eala, she seems built for it. There's something poetic about a young player thriving in the desert. A place that demands resilience. Like a cactus blooming unexpectedly. She has emerged in conditions that expose weaknesses. And fans have noticed. From rising star to desert storm. For those who have followed her journey, Eala's rise isn't random. It's the product of discipline, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief. Trained at the Rafa Nadal Academy, armed with a heavy lefty forehand, guided by experience beyond her years. But what has truly captivated Indian Wells isn't just her technique. It's her composure. While other players fume at the wind or crumble under scoreboard pressure, Eala's expression barely flickers. She walks to the baseline like someone who has already visualized victory. In a tournament where nerves can unravel even the most seasoned champions, that calmness feels revolutionary. Why 70% of fans believe? 70% isn't a fluke. It's a statement.